TikTok, man. This TikTok ban is it's a little wild, right? This TikTok stuff is crazy, man. This TikTok stuff is wild. You know what I mean? Wow, wow, wow. Um, I really don't even know where to start with TikTok. I'm not a big TikTok. I'm on TikTok, but I'm not the biggest of TikTok, the biggest TikTok user. So I don't really know where to start. I know a lot of people love TikTok. These kids love it, right? The dances and the information that's assimilated through TikTok, whether it's good or bad, it's real quick. The kids get to get it real quick and and engage with the information too. You know what I'm saying? But a potential nationwide ban on TikTok is crazy. It's crazy. I want to talk about the consequences and how far reaching they go. What could be next? You know what I'm saying? It's real crazy. The Supreme Court is currently reviewing federal law that could result in TikTok being banned across the country by January 19, 2025. So that's right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this today, that's right around the corner. The parent company, ByteDance, needs to sell before January 19th, right? And it's based in China. If they agree to sell the platform, there won't be a ban because they'll sell it to an American-led company or corporation or something like that. And this action stems from national security concerns with fears that user data could be accessed by the Chinese government, right? That's like I don't want to say I'm teetering on the fence. Like I kind of see both. The way I've been watching, I've been trying to follow it a little bit. The argue, and I'm gonna tell you that they're getting ate up. They're getting ate up in court. TikTok is getting ate up in court. The government's lawyers are putting up a hell of a fight when it comes to explaining why there should be a ban on TikTok. Hell of a fight. Now, whether you agree or not, they out there, they kicking TikTok's ass in the courts. You know what I'm saying? The critics, they argue that the ban could infringe on the First Amendment rights as TikTok serves as a platform for free expression for millions of Americans. And the legal debate centers on balancing national security interests and constitutional freedoms. That's the tricky part. They're saying that it could infringe on First Amendment rights of the American people. And how I'm looking at it, like, I don't necessarily think that infringes on the American First Amendment of American people, because this company is a Chinese-based company. Because they're trying to say that TikTok has First Amendment rights, but it's a Chinese-based company. Chinese companies don't have rights under the Constitution. They just don't. And I know the pivot is, well, it's about infringing on First Amendment rights of TikTok users. That's when it gets a little tricky. That's when I'm kind of out of my depth and I need to do a little bit more research and see and read a little bit more. But I still don't necessarily lean towards keeping TikTok. And I'm just talking about on the legality situation. I don't have an issue with TikTok myself, but the way that they are arguing against TikTok, I kind of see why. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't, how can I put it? If I don't even know how to really explain it. If you had an enemy, you wouldn't let that enemy's tech inside your house that could possibly spy on you, right? You just wouldn't have that. And I think that's what they're arguing. Like, cool, I know y'all like TikTok, but these dudes could possibly be taking y'all information and using it against y'all. China could possibly be taking United States of America's citizens' info and using it against the citizen of America. And I feel that. I think that's, and like I said, I'm not well versed or even abreast on everything that's going on, but if that's what they're saying, I kind of feel that. the debate really centers on balancing national security interests with constitutional freedoms. And I don't, if this wasn't a corporation and if this was a person, it's a hard one. You know what I'm saying? It's like really, really a hard one. I'm trying to, I don't know. It's shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's real crazy. So here was what's really to know is TikTok banned. As of right now, no, TikTok is not banned, but the short form video sharing app could shut down in less than 2 weeks, like I said, as of around January 19th, if the Supreme Court issues an order to uphold the law, which was passed by Congress back in April, right? April of last year. Now, when will the court decide on this case? Supreme Court can normally take months to issue decisions, but it seems like they are trying to do this quicker, a little bit more expedited, because we have turnover going on when we got Trump coming into office. So I'm pretty sure they want to rule on this ASAP, preferably before he takes office. I think would be the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And what would a ban mean? If TikTok isn't sold to an approved buyer, the federal law would prohibit digital stores from offering the app. So that means your app store, if you got Apple, the Apple store would not have TikTok on it. If you're an Android user, the Google Play Store would not have TikTok in it anymore, right? And it will bar internet hosting services from hosting TikTok. So that means you can't even go online to look at TikTok or to get TikTok. Your ISPs will not allow you to go to TikTok. It says users who already have had the app will continue to have access to it, but will no longer be able to receive updates. So you will have access, you'll be able to get there, but you know what I'm saying, whatever. And when I say updates, I think how I took it as updates from TikTok itself, like a patch or something like that. But they might be even talking about like you can get on there, but then whatever, let's say somebody posts something, it won't be updated. Your feed will not be updated. So it's one of those two things. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those two things. Now, historically, the U.S. has scrutinized foreign-owned apps over security concerns, but a nationwide ban of this magnitude has always seemed unprecedented. The outcome of this case could set a significant precedent for how such matters are handled in the future. So we will see. This case is real important. I don't think a lot of people understand how important this case is when it comes to foreign-led companies, apps, and situations like this, because it's a lot of foreign-led companies out here. It's a lot of foreign-led apps on these app stores. It's a lot of foreign-led companies that we use and patronize every single day, right? So this is going to start this. If it's a ban, like a nationwide ban, not being able to use something, it's going to set some precedents. Now, the thing is, China bans American stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think Britain banned TikTok as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this won't be the first of its kind. America won't be the first of a kind to ban TikTok, or to even have a ban where we ban enemy of the state's technology, so to speak. Like, there are no Chinese cars over here. Like, China has cars, some dope stuff, right? But you don't see Chinese cars on the road over here in America. You just don't. You don't. I was looking, I was online, and it was this dope car. Come to find out, the dude was actually, I think he was over in China. He was actually, doing a review of the car. Black dude doing a review of the car. It was dope. Had the screens. Y'all see the Tesla screens? How I got it had all of this. I mean, just magnificent on the inside. That car never see the light of day over here in America. Never see the light of day over here in America. They just don't trust China. You know what I'm saying? Don't trust it like that. They don't trust it like that. So, in the event of a ban, the users might consider migrating to other apps, other platforms. You got, you might see an influx of people returning back to Twitter, might see an influx of people coming over to Instagram, YouTube, other emerging competitors. Today I was reading that Isaac Hayes III's fan base is now in the top 10 social media apps in the app store. You know what I'm saying? So Fanbase, go check out. This ain't an ad for Fanbase, but go check out Fanbase. You know what I'm saying? He's allowing you also to buy into it. So if that's something you might want to think about, do you want to be a part owner in an app? You can go and buy in of said app right now. Fanbase. You know what I'm saying? Those, that might be something that makes you come over there. And it also kind of emulates TikTok with the things that they do. I think it emulates majority of these apps. But you know, a lot of these apps emulate each other anyway. It's just the algorithm. And that was one thing TikTok was arguing, was the algorithm and its algorithm. And that's what makes it so different than all the other apps. Like, because the argument was, well, if we ban TikTok, can't they just go to Instagram? Can't they just go here? And TikTok was like, they can, but it won't be the same. It won't be TikTok. Even if they were saying, even if they divested from ByteDance, right? If they divest from ByteDance, they won't have that algorithmic technology to bring with them, because that is ByteDance's. That is China's tech. So let's say they do cut off from ByteDance. TikTok will no longer be TikTok. It won't be the same, because that algorithm, that protocol won't come over with it. That's the big thing. That's and I think that's the thing that is not being spoken about enough. Yeah, you ban TikTok, or yeah, you sell TikTok, but now it's a totally different app. It's a totally different thing. It won't work the same. You know what I'm saying? What's making TikTok, what's making the users love TikTok is the algorithm, is how it puts people in front of all of these thousands of people. It is the way that they can sell goods and you know what I'm saying, like I said, disseminate information. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at some pros and cons. Look at some pros and cons of this situation. So we got some pros and cons here. TikTok poses the this is a pro. This is it's a pro of selling, right? This is a pro of selling. TikTok poses a threat to U.S. national security, serving as a propaganda arm for the Chinese Communist Party, right? That is give me 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. That is a pro why you should sell. A con to that is TikTok is no more a threat than American-owned social media sites that also collect and sell user data. That's a fight that they've been having. That's a fight that I've been having. Let's go back to this pro. We know TikTok may seem filled with innocuous cat videos and dance challenges. Chinese law requires that Chinese companies share information they gather with the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, which includes users' private data. The CCP's laws require Chinese companies like ByteDance to spy on their behalf. That means any Chinese company must grant the CCP access and manipulation capabilities as a design feature. This is explained by U.S. Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers, right? Well, let's tackle all the pros first. Let's tackle all the pros. Pro 2, TikTok is rife with dangerous misinformation that the government can and should rightfully ban. 19.4% of, make this a little bit smaller. Let's do it like this. 19.4% of TikTok videos contain misinformation, according to a September 2022 report. From tutorials to make dangerous drugs at home to extremist false political views, misleading clips of speeches to deep fake videos. TikTok not only contains but promotes dangerous, inaccurate, and inappropriate information. While misinformation is a problem in and of itself, the concern is magnified significantly because, according to Google data, TikTok is being used as the primary search engine of Generation Z. So much that so the Wall Street Journal called the app the new Google in 2022. So they're saying TikTok is the new. Now, when I was growing up, it was the encyclopedia and the dictionary, right? TikTok for this new generation is the encyclopedia and its dictionary, right? Let's look at Pro 3 as to why they should sell. Pro 3 says a tough on China approach is needed to safeguard the United States and its citizens. China's growing national security concern for the United States, the FBI cautions that the counterintelligence and economic espionage of efforts emanating from the government of China and the Chinese Communist Party are a grave threat to the economic well-being and democratic values of the United States. Right? Mitt Romney sponsored the Bipartisan Restrict Act, said Congress has recognized that this Chinese Communist Party is not our dear friend. Any question about what China intends to do and what authoritarians intend to do is able to be seen by their treatment of the people in Hong Kong, right? You can see what authoritarians want to do by watching what Russia is doing in Ukraine. We have to recognize that we face geopolitical adversaries that are serious and threaten our security, our prosperity, and even the peace and freedom that we enjoy. Now, do y'all agree with the reasons? These are the reasons why they should sell. Do y'all agree with those reasons? Do y'all think this is a national security issue? Do you think China will take your data and sell it, use it against you? Do you think we need a hard on tough on China approach? Do you think it's a lot of misinformation out there being just thrown about and disseminated? We just had a big election. What was going on TikTok during you know what I'm saying, during the campaign? Those are some of the reasons why they're saying that they should sell. Now let's get into some of the reasons why they say they should not sell. We talked about this. Con 1, TikTok is no more a threat to American-owned social media sites that also collect and sell user data. The Washington Post and research at the University of Toronto Citizen Lab both examined TikTok independently and came to the conclusion that TikTok does not appear to collect any more data than your typical mainstream social network. In fact, Facebook and Google both collect more personal data from users than TikTok does. That's what they say. That's what they say. They argue that governments around the world are ignoring their duty to protect citizens' private information, allowing big tech companies to exploit user information for gain. Governments should try to better protect user info instead of focusing on one particular app without good evidence. What I would call for is more evidence-based policy. They say y'all need to do y'all job and protect the citizens. Maybe this is how they protect the citizens. Maybe this is how they protect the citizens. Con 2 on why they shouldn't, or con 2 on why they should sell. Like this is the reason why they shouldn't sell. I'm sorry. TikTok has no more dangerous information than other social media sites, and attempts to ban it are unconstitutional. For the average user, TikTok appears no more risky than Facebook. That's not entirely a compliment, explains technology columnist Jeffrey Fowler. No government, as far as we know, has ever told Americans what they can or can't download from an app store or access on the web. TikTok states in a response to Montana's ban. Banning TikTok would violate the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. As activist Evan Gray explains, the United States government can't ban you from posting or watching TikTok videos any more than they could stop you from reading a foreign newspaper like the Times of India or writing an opinion piece for The Guardian. That's a good point. That's a good point. That is a good point. Real good point. Let's go to 3. Singling out China and TikTok for recriminations is xenophobic and rank political theater. That's what they say. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, I knew that encyclopedia was going to come back up, y'all. I knew it. Xenophobia is the fear and contempt of strangers or foreigners or anything designated as foreign, or a conviction that certain foreign individuals and cultures represent a threat to the authentic identity of one's own nation state and cannot integrate into the local society peacefully. Okay, that's what xenophobia means. In other words, TikTok bans are being considered solely because the U.S. and the state governments fear China. Oh man, that's a good. It's as I'm reading this, it's some debate. It's some heat coming from both sides, man. It's some heat coming from both sides. Yikes! It's some heat coming from both sides. Like I see both sides. I really do. Can we trust as on a government? Because if China, this is the thing. If China did do something, if China went and was stealing all that information and selling it and doing all types of stuff like that, the people would be mad. Why did you allow China to and TikTok? And the people would be mad. And then they'll want certain sanctions. They'll want certain protocols set forth so something like this couldn't happen again. But then at the same time, it's that newspaper thing. Even though it's not the same, I get it. Like, can we get a Chinese newspaper? But I guess I don't know. Do we add the Chinese newspapers? Like, are we columnists? I put it to you like that. Are we columnists on Chinese newspapers? That's the thing. The more I think about it, it's like if I'm writing and telling all the information about what's going on in America in a Chinese newspaper, the day-to-day, how people work and things like that. Oh man, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. It's like back in the day with the Cold War, right? In Russia, Red Scare. Who's a commie? Are you a commie? Back in the day, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is it's a hard one. This is a hard one, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know. I really don't know how to where to fall at with this one. You know, I really don't know where to fall at with this. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is a good. I might need to call. I might need to holler at Tina. We might need to talk about this. This is good stuff here, man. This is good stuff. You know what I'm saying? As the Supreme Court, as they keep the deliberations going, because they still doing it. Us as the people we watching closely. I'm pretty sure everybody watching closely. I've seen some stuff on TikTok, Instagram. They got the funeral of the TikTok funeral happening. And black folks, we go all overboard with it. The lady crying at the funeral over TikTok. Oh Lord, it's wild, man. It's wild. But yeah, this decision is going to impact, America. It's really going to impact America, especially a lot of the Americans that have businesses that operate through TikTok. That's what's really going to hurt, because for the most part, the dance videos and all of that, that could happen any and everywhere. But the businesses, like I said, the businesses that are ran through TikTok, that's really gonna hurt people. That is really gonna hurt people, man. It's really gonna hurt people. But this does raise these questions about security, free speech, and this digital landscape, man. I don't think the stop gaps or the proper things have ever been put in place when it comes to the internet. You know what I'm saying? The internet is still kind of like the wild, wild west. There's what rules, what protocols do you follow when you get online? You know what I'm saying? Just what is there? You really don't know, right? You really don't know. It's just, like I said, it's the wild, wild west. It's the wild, wild west. A lot of things happen. It's not even just it used to be the dark web. The dark web. The dark web is the web now, right? The dark web is the web. We see people dying on TikTok. We see assaults on TikTok, SA on TikTok. Things that we shouldn't, necessarily be seeing. And let me not just keep calling out TikTok, on social media. Let me do it like that. It's a lot of stuff, that we see, and a lot of people are desensitized to it because you know what I'm saying? Kids are seeing this stuff early. I remember, you know, when the news would put out something that might have been graphic, they'll let you know it's graphic, and they still wouldn't show it. They'll just say it's graphic, and it'll still be blurred and censored. Now, ain't nothing blurred, ain't nothing censored. It is live, direct in your face. So I don't know, man. This is a good fight. This is a good fight. This is one of them, you know, and I'm not gonna say I hate it had to be TikTok, you know. Not gonna say that I hated had to be TikTok, but they picked one, and it just so happened to be attached to China, so it made them easier to attack it. So I kind of understand it. I kind of get it. I kind of get it, but it's gonna be a sad day. It's gonna be a sad day for the TikTok users and things. And I'm just not, like I said, I'm not a big TikTok person, but I'm starting to get a little traction on TikTok. Starting to get a little traction on TikTok just now. So, man, it's going. Thoughts and prayers. That's all I got to say on both sides. Whatever side of the fence you owe, thoughts and prayers, man. Thoughts and prayers. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this TikTok ban. This is a good one. Please let me know what y'all think about this TikTok ban. On to the next, though. Let's talk about this. Oh man.